What is your home worth in today's market? Today we break down the numbers and you may be surprised. The flood insurance bill, now law. What a relief. Our insurance expert David Dunham is here with what this means for you. Hello and welcome. I'm Curt Fonger. All this and more right now on South Florida Real Estate Update. Joining me now is David Dunham from David Dunham Insurance. David, good to see you here.
See you.
And what a relief. The flood insurance package is passed and signed by the president.
Right, yes.
It was going to be a disaster for many, many homeowners, especially in South Florida, along the shore. Tell us about it.
Okay, well, believe it or not, the Congress, the Senate, and the president all got together and agreed to roll back the last year, 2012, Flood Reform Act that was passed that dramatically raised flood insurance rates to make rates actuarially sound. And in some cases, rates went up 50%, 100%, or even more.
The idea was for the people who are living along the coast to pay the actual cost for what their insurance.
Pay their actual cost instead of subsidized cost. But what it did is it made everybody's rates, not everybody's rates, but a lot of people's rates go up dramatically, especially coastal rates. And they went up so much that it disrupted the markets. That's been rolled back for 4 years while they study that. And I think the most they can raise rates right now is about 15% a year. So not the double and triple rates we were looking at.
Right. And these rates are going to be capped at, as
Correct.
you say, at 15%, trying to keep it around 1% of the total cost of a home.
Correct. Flood insurance is still run and the rates are still set by FEMA, but they have capped the maximum rate at around 15%, which is good news.
And so for the next 4 years, they're going to study it and then edge up the rates a little bit.
They'll relook at it in 4 years from now, but we should be okay for the next 4 years.
So that's the only flood insurance you can get, is the federal flood insurance. Nobody else is going to be, there's no other option, even for an independent insurance agent like you.
Correct. The rates are set, but the good news is the doubling and tripling of rates have been taken off the table. We're back to the rates where we were last year with a maximum of 15% a year increase in the worst case scenario.
Hurricane Sandy that swept up the East Coast really bankrupted the system, at least for now, and that's why.
That's what caused this Reform Act, to try to get the rates back up to cover the deficit, but it wasn't done in a manner that made much sense.
What seemed like a good idea at the time had such awful ramifications throughout the real estate industry, throughout cities along the coast, that just was something that had to be done.
So the good news is they've rolled that back, and we have 4 years now of relief.
Okay, now let's talk about other ways we can save money with our homeowners insurance these days. What about wind mitigation?
Okay. The wind mitigation inspection report, I think, is the biggest no-brainer in the history of homeowners insurance. If you have a home that's built before year 2002, you'd be crazy not to get a windstorm mitigation inspection. And this is an inspection that's done usually by a general contractor. He goes into your attic, he takes pictures of your, besides the outside of your roof, he makes sure you have proper hurricane straps and nail patterns. And the savings on average is 30%, and it could be a lot more. So it's crazy not to get that inspection done if your home was built before year 2002. That's when the Florida building codes changed. 2002 and newer, you get all the credits automatically. If your home was built before 2002, the insurance companies assume you have no credits, you have nothing. They give you no discounts. You have to prove that by getting that inspection done.
Okay. Slow down here. So if I have a home that's been built after 2002, it has been built to this code that the insurance companies say is a safe and stable building project for a home, and so they automatically give you the credit.
Right. Okay. 2002 is when the Florida building code changed, and you had to build these homes up to a certain hurricane standard, so you get those discounts automatically. Before that, they assume you don't have anything, even though you do, and they don't give you any of those rate discounts without that inspection. So you really need that inspection for any home built before 2002.
Can anything bad happen here? That is, can the inspector come in and say, Curt's house is actually worse than what we thought it was, so you should raise the rates on Curt?
I get that all the time. And the good news is no. They're assuming the worst case scenario. So the worst thing that can happen is the worst inspection. It's like getting no inspection. You can only get benefits from the inspection. They can't come back and say, wow, this looks bad, we're going to raise your rate. So I said it's a no-brainer. You can't lose by getting the inspection.
So they can only pass you, they can't really fail you.
Correct, correct,
Okay.
Exactly.
David Dunham, once again, he has done something that I didn't think was possible. He makes insurance sound interesting. David Dunham Insurance, thanks for being here today on South Florida Real Estate Update.
Thank you, good seeing you.
We are here at Bay Colony, and I'm here with the Director of Sales and Marketing, Robert Brandon. Welcome to South Florida Real Estate Update.
Thank you for having me.
And you are developing the last stretch of property on the Intercoastal in Juno Beach.
That is correct. Bay Colony here, we have 120 condos that we're going to be building over the next 2 years.
And the price points?
Starting out at $300,000.
So you're going to be looking at lifestyle here with the water and the water views, and frankly, where Juno Beach is located between Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter, near the ocean.
That is correct. Juno Beach is just a little slice of heaven. We're right here on the Intercoastal, as you mentioned. We have 32 boat marina. We're a half a mile from the best beaches in all of South Florida. Close to the Gardens Mall, close to all the shopping. It really is a slice of heaven.
Now, some of you may be familiar with Bay Colony, and there were 3 buildings built in the 80s, but a company called Groundstone, of which you're a vice president, came in, and you're doing a big redevelopment.
Yes, we are. We purchased the property in 2012. There was an existing clubhouse here. We removed that, put in this beautiful 2,600 square foot clubhouse.
Nice.
We have a state-of-the-art fitness center, resort pool, tennis and bocce ball courts, outdoor fire pit and grilling stations, and an outdoor bar. It really has everything for a nice lifestyle.
Now, you're using this word lifestyle a lot. Is that where you're targeting your buyers here, people who want to have the more casual waterfront lifestyle?
It is. This is a very unique piece of property. Like you mentioned, this is the last piece in Juno Beach. There's no more water available here. And the majority of our buyers, they want to move to get to the water. Their people are coming from down up north, and they want to go to the beach. They want to go to the Intercoastal. We're right here. This is perfect lifestyle.
Now, we're in the middle of a lot of construction here. Normally when we're at a development, we show you a model, but things are going so fast here, there's not a model yet, and yet you're selling out.
We are. We already have sold 30% of our homes. The models will not be opening for another 30 days. And we look to be completely sold out by the end of the year.
Okay. When can someone who's watching right now, either on television or the internet, move in?
Move-in starts May 1st, so come on out and enjoy the lifestyle.
And I think we can hear the beeping in the background, which proves that we're in the middle of a lot of construction. Very exciting here at Bay Colony. Robert Brandon, thank you for being here on South Florida Real Estate Update.
Thank you for having me.
Back in 60 seconds, stay right here.
Closed captioning brought to you by Illustrated Properties Real Estate. Our roots run deep. Choosing the right real estate agency and realtor makes a dramatic difference in the outcome of your transaction and overall experience. So before you make your decision, make sure your realtor has a solid understanding of the local market, lifestyles, and opportunities, as well as strong connections and trusted resources. Knowledge, experience, cutting-edge technology. This is our culture. This is our promise. Illustrated Properties Real Estate. Our roots run deep. Does your home have curb appeal? The impact of landscaping, especially here in South Florida, is incredible. It's a big part of how we assess the value of a home, a community, even a lifestyle. It takes vision, talent, and expertise to create a design that makes a truly great impression, one that will wow you today and grow throughout the years. Innovative, green, and gorgeous. Impact Landscaping, the clear choice.
Credit repair. It's a subject we've talked about before here on South Florida Real Estate Update, and frankly, we've got a terrific response. And that's why we brought back David Zide, the National Sales Director for Credit Us, and of course, Tom Day, the Senior Vice President for Illustrated Properties. very important for the real estate industry to have buyers with good credit.
It's been an issue. In the past, credit repair just didn't work because the buyer and seller wouldn't wait the 6 months, 9 months, or a year it took. And when this company came along and told us they could do it in 37 days, we were skeptical at first until we checked them out and all their references, and indeed they are doing it. It's unbelievable.
David, 37 days, it doesn't seem possible, but there are changes going on in the credit repair business.
Absolutely. The paradigm shifted from the old way of the letter writing back and forth and somewhat churning of fees. And that's how the client got into a long process. And then the realtor would lose track of that client, and the mortgage person would lose track of that client. Where now we've built a platform that talks electronically to the bureaus. And within 37 days, now we have a finite time frame of 4 months and a finite price, but we get a lot of results in 37 days. Just this last month, I had a gentleman who applied and no one thought we could help him. We improved him 50 points in 37 days. 50 points.
That's terrific. And you've looked at a lot of credit repair agencies before you chose to affiliate with Credit Us.
Many, many, many. We have to as a real estate. Our reputation's on the line as a real estate company, so we check them out very carefully.
We've taken a lot of companies, or a lot of people, from really poor credit to decent credit, from decent credit to good credit, and from good credit to great credit. And it means everything in every facet of their life at this point, from their employer to their auto loan. We'll save them thousands in their next auto loan alone, let alone wanting to buy a piece of real estate, which is the American dream pretty much.
So paying a few $100s to improve your credit can save you perhaps thousands of dollars down the line.
Exactly. On our website alone, there's an example of just buying your next car, and where a $30,000 car at a little bit better interest rate could save you $14,000 in just one car. Let alone think of what your employer thinks of, or your next life insurance policy, or buying yourself a home.
Credit repair, you just can't live without it if you've got bad credit or need better credit or even best credit.
It's not going anywhere.
Bottom line, it's working.
David Zeid, thanks for being here. Credit Us, and of course Tom Day, Illustrated Properties. Thanks for being here.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
When it comes to planning major events, the city of West Palm Beach counts on this lady right here, Community Events Manager Mary Pinak. Welcome to South Florida Real Estate Update. I think anyone who lives in South Florida, when they think of West Palm Beach, they think of Clematis by night.
I hope so. It's every Thursday night, just about 48 times a year, and we like to say it's the hot spot to chill. Mm-hmm. It's the place to see a slice of West Palm Beach. It really is.
And you have a green market too. I mean, talk about a different clientele here. You have Clematis by night, and then you have a green market.
We have so many events in West Palm Beach, and they're really suited to all different types of people. The West Palm Beach Green Market will be in its 20th season next year, and it's grown from, I remember the first day with 13 vendors, and secret being told we had to buy some of the produce ourselves that day, to now well over 100 vendors. We're on our beautiful new waterfront. We used to be on a street, and the vendors were all kind of crammed in there, and we see 4,000 to 7,000 people every single Saturday.
Why the emphasis by West Palm Beach on these non-revenue producing events, these parties, these happenings?
Well, actually, there have been studies, national studies, that companies and people have done to say, why do you move to a community? What attracts people? And the number one reason was, what is there to do? Mm-hmm. And that's what my division does, what people have fun doing.
So you have Clematis by night on Thursday nights, the Green Market on Saturday mornings, and then Sunday morning on the waterfront.
I do. I have something. Some weeks we have something Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday on the waterfront is once a month. It's usually the third Sunday. In April, it'll be the second Sunday because Easter is actually the third Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark your calendars.
Exactly. And we have movies once a month on a Friday night, jazz on another Friday night. There's just so much to do in downtown West Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm. And that's all on the West Palm Beach website?
It is. WPB.org/events. Mm-hmm. You can find anything you want to know about where to have fun.
In West Palm Beach, you talked to this lady, Mary Pinak. Thanks for being here today on South Florida Real Estate Update.
Do you want the best deal on carpeting? Call us last! Do you want the best deal on hardwood and laminate? Call us last. Want the best deal on tile? Call us last. At Bargain Bob's, we're so sure of our price, product, and service that we want you to call us last.
Bargain Bob's. One call, that's all. 561-848-0808.
Who is it?
I'm Roger, of Adams Air Conditioning.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to technicians showing up on time.
We get that a lot. May I come in?
It's so hot in here.
Exactly 92.4 degrees to be exact.
Just look at my kids.
Do something for Pete's sake.
Help me, Roger of Adams Air Conditioning. You're our only hope.
I'm on it.
You did it! Thank you!
No need to thank me. It's what we do.
We're all inundated with promotional messages about how to secure a mortgage. It's hard to know what to do. That's where Janine Henryon from Group 1 Mortgage comes in. Not only does she have the expertise to uncover your best options, she is there to help you every step of the way.
Janine was an amazing person to work with. She was always there for me. I could call her any time of the day. She supported me through the entire process and made me achieve my dream.
Janine Henryon. Count on her to go the extra mile.
It has been a rough winter. Not here, but elsewhere. Still, as we go into spring and summer, it's time to think about our landscaping. I'd like to introduce Phillip Darling from Impact Landscaping. Thank you for being here today on South Florida Real Estate Update. As a homeowner, what am I thinking about going into the spring and summer with my landscaping?
I think the biggest concern going into spring and summer will be your irrigation system, ensuring that you have a properly functioning irrigation system, ensuring that you are watering at the correct time of day. We'll have a lot of supplemental rainfall in the summer months, so you want to also ensure that you have a active rain sensor, something that's is going to turn off your automatic irrigation system when we do have supplemental rainfall.
I've been dumping a lot of water on my around my house during the winter time, but now's the time to cut back because of overwatering?
Absolutely. Overwatering can promote fungus, other diseases, and plant pathogens that will really have a negative impact on the landscape and turf.
How do you get rid of those?
You basically take cultural controls through the watering schedule, and you keep the water off it. You keep a correct fertilization program and pest and an ornamental program on them, and you should be doing good. Okay, you mentioned fertilization. What do I do now? Fertilization in the summer, you're going to want to put down a weed and feed in the early spring to suppress the weeds that have been laying dormant in seed or whatnot within your turf and landscape areas, and get a jump start on suppressing those. What about trimming my bushes and plants? Trimming, you're going to want to set your benchmarks, figure out what kind of a look you want around your house. It's going to be an active growing season, so you're going to want to top plants and just lightly trim. If you want to cut things back, do a hard cut, now's the time to do it because the plants will be flushing out pretty actively. Because they've been dormant during the winter time. Correct. So it looked like, hey, I don't have to prune anymore, but now's the time to start trimming again. Yep, it's time to work again. And what about some annuals, some flower plantings now? You want to be careful with what species you're putting in at your residence. We're going to have a lot of exposure to sunlight. It's going to be very hot, so you just want to make sure that you're taking that into consideration when selecting an annual species. Mm-hmm. Time to remember that summertime in South Florida can be brutal on plants. Absolutely, absolutely. Phillip Darling from Impact Landscaping, thanks for being here on South Florida Real Estate Update. Here we are at Windsor Park in Jupiter. In February, the median price for a single-family home in Palm Beach County was $272,000. That means half of the sales were above that price and half below. That was a year-over-year increase of nearly 16%. In St. Lucie County, single-family home sales were up nearly 11% and up 5.7% in Martin County. Wow, that's big numbers. Tom Day, Senior Vice President of Illustrated Properties, is that good news?
It's fabulous news. It couldn't be better.
Why do you say that?
Well, it's one of those markets that's great for the buyer and great for the seller.
Okay, great for the buyer because?
There's a lot more inventory than in the past, which was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that, sellers are able to price their properties in such a way maybe they're not upside down anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I'd go so far as to suggest that potentially a seller should do a CMA and find out where they sit.
So, in other words, you're saying that these sellers, as they see their prices edge up for their house, are more likely to put it on the market and maybe make a move for themselves.
Absolutely. There is other good news out there also. For an example, we're seeing a lot less cash buyers, and that's for a number of reasons. One is it's a more traditional market, and the second thing is, contrary to a lot of opinions, financing is available.
And where are these homes becoming available? Some of the lower priced homes are still as less available than we'd like.
Well, the real market, the middle range, I'd say 200 to 300,000 range is very popular right now. A lot of properties available.
And again, people are getting mortgages because they're not fighting these cash buyers who are coming in and sweeping up properties.
I also think there was a misconception as to how hard the Fed was going to tighten the rules for mortgage lending, and in fact, you can get loans with a properly qualified buyer.
Okay, so let's get this straight again. This is a good market for buyers because there's more inventory. How much inventory on the market, would you say?
Less than 6 months.
Okay, and then it's good for sellers because they're finding themselves getting better. Their finances are getting well.
Absolutely. As we say, it's a perfect storm, a great time for a buyer or a seller.
Okay, Tom Day, thank you. Senior
My
Vice
pleasure
President,
indeed.
Illustrated Properties.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here today on South Florida Real Estate Update.
If you're interested in getting data on recent home sales in your specific area, simply log on to realestateupdate.tv to view our hyper-local market reports and more.
Stay with us. We'll be back right after this short break.
It starts with a roof inspection. As a current homeowner, a buyer, or a seller, it's best to identify a roof's condition to determine the next course of action, if any. You can depend on the experts at State Certified Roofing to provide an honest and credible assessment of the roof and present options based on insurance company specifications, durability, design, cost, scheduling, and installation. State Certified Roofing, certified to ensure excellence.
If you're asking yourself, will anyone help me save my home? Direct your question to James A. Chaffee, Esquire, a.k.a. the Juris Doctor. Through his daily practice and legal advice column, Mr. Chaffee provides his diagnosis and a path to help homeowners achieve the best possible outcome. If you're dealing with a tough situation or simply closing on a home, don't go it alone. Make sure you have proper representation. The Juris Doctor, Real Estate Attorney James A. Chaffee, by your side.
We've all experienced guests that just will not leave.
You got the bug channel on here?
That was like that.
Nothing seems to make them leave.
Where did you buy this ham?
You're out of mustard, FYI.
Occupado.
They're everywhere.
Let's talk this over.
I'm Victoria McGaldy. Palm Coast Pest Control is family owned and operated. We are committed to getting rid of all your unwanted guests. Call us today.
Welcome back to South Florida Real Estate Update. We are talking about the most durable flooring you can have, which is tile. But let's talk to the expert, Andy of Bargain Bob's. Welcome to South Florida Real Estate Update. And is tile the most durable flooring?
It actually is, Curt. It's one of the most durable flooring product that you can put on your floor. And what advice would you give someone who's considering putting down tile? Well, a couple key things to look at would be the unevenness of the floor. If the floor is very uneven, it basically prolongs the installation process, and it could get very costly at the end. That's a key point. The amount of traffic, the amount of light that you have, natural light coming into the room, would probably depict the type of product that you would choose. A high gloss, a matte finish, a non-slip. So there's a lot of variables to look at.
And there are a lot of types of tile, perhaps as many choices as with any flooring.
Well, actually, tile surpasses the choices of wood, laminate, or I'd say even carpet. There's such a variety of colors, sizes, designs, and thicknesses to choose from. Different material that it's made out of. Some a little more durable than the others. For instance, ceramic, not as durable as porcelain, but all in all, they're very good, durable products. Long-lasting and easy to clean.
but not always the right choice. You'd better like the tile that you put down.
Well, that's a very true statement, Curt. And the thing is, make sure that tile is the product that you want to have installed in your home. If it's not, then you really have a problem. When tile is installed, it becomes a permanent fixture in your home. And if at the end you're not too pleased with it, it's really difficult to take up.
With carpeting, you just yank it up, but with tile, it's there.
Well, yes, carpet is a lot more forgiving and easier to work with. And at Bargain Bob's, we provide the service and also all the products, the carpet, the tile, the laminate, and great service that goes with the floor.
So bottom line is you have a choice here.
Yes, you definitely do, and we're more than happy to help you make the right choice.
Andy of Bargain Bob, thanks for being here on South Florida Real Estate Update.
It's been my pleasure, Curt.
There's a reason why realtors turn to David Dunham Insurance. They want to help their buyers secure a homeowner's policy that delivers the best coverage and cost. As an independent insurance agent who is connected with over 25 A-rated companies, David Dunham Insurance connects homeowners with the best worry-free options available. Confidence, security, and cost adds up to peace of mind. That's why realtors turn to David Dunham Insurance. Shouldn't you? Is your house, driveway, or patio looking a little discolored? Then call Paul Stetson Pressure Cleaning. Walls, driveways, patios, decks, fences, and all types of roofs, let us clean your home or business. We have been a member of the Better Business Bureau since 1991 and are the most experienced company in the northern Palm Beaches. Licensed and insured, Paul Stetson Pressure Cleaning is the reliable and affordable solution to your exterior cleaning needs. Call us today.
And there you are. That's it for today, but be sure to tune in next week as we welcome Kelly Smallridge, President and CEO of the Business Development Board of Palm Beach County, and Janine Henryon from Group 1 Mortgage. This and much more next Sunday, right here on South Florida Real Estate Update. Until then, have a good week.